Dear students, welcome back. In the previous session, we have discussed about femoral triangle sheath and femoral canal. Now in this session, we are going to discuss about the muscles which are present in the front of the thigh. Normally, the muscles of the anterior compartment of the thigh are sartorius, okay, and the quadriceps femoris muscle and the articularis genu. So these are the major muscles which are seen on the front of the thigh. In addition to these, some muscles belonging to other regions are also encountered on the front of the thigh. One is the iliacus and psoas major muscles. This iliacus and psoas major which forms the floor of the femoral triangle, isn't it? So we have already discussed this iliacus and psoas major in the abdomen. Okay, and the pectineus and adductor longus, which are also related to the femoral triangle, and these are the muscles of the medial compartment of the thigh. Okay, so in the upper corner, upper lateral corner of the front of the thigh, we can see another muscle called as tensor fascia lata. Okay, of course, this is a muscle of the gluteal region, which is also can see here. We can find this muscle tensor fascia lata, which is originating from the anterior part of the iliac crest and anterior superior iliac spine, and which is getting inserted into the iliotibial tract. Okay, so this tensor fascia lata muscle we are going to discuss in detail in the gluteal region, whereas the two medial muscles of the thigh also encountered here, that is pectineus and adductor longus, we can see in the medial aspect of the thigh. Okay, so now in this session we are going to discuss the main muscles which are seen on the front of the thigh, or one is the sartorius. You can see here, this is the oblique muscle which is placed. Okay, and then the quadriceps muscles. The quadriceps muscle which is made up of with four groups of muscles. Okay, and another one is the articularis genu, which is present on the anterior aspect of the femur. Okay, yes. Now we will see one by one its origin, insertion, nerve supply and action. First we will see the sartorius muscle. So here this is the sartorius muscle. The sartorius is called as Taylor's muscle. Sartor means Taylor. So which is a long, narrow and ribbon-like muscle. This is a long, narrow, ribbon-like muscle. It runs downwards medially across the front of the thigh. Medially and across the front of the thigh. It is the longest muscle in the body. It is the longest muscle in the body. So now we will see the origin. The origin of the muscle is from anterior superior iliac spine and upper half of the notch below the spine. Okay, so if you consider this one is anterior superior iliac spine, and at the anterior superior iliac spine and upper half of the notch below the spine. Okay, so these are the origins of the anterior superior iliac sartorius from anterior superior iliac spine. Now where it is getting inserted? It is getting inserted, okay, on the upper part of the medial surface of the shaft of the tibia. Okay, so here you can find the insertion. that is upper part of the medial surface of the shaft of the tibia in front of the insertion of gracilis and semitendinosus. So this is the insertion. Okay, if you see the nerve supply, this one is supplied by the femoral nerve. And what are the actions here is this. So because of this cords and all, which mainly, so the contraction of this muscle causes abduction and lateral rotator of thigh. So abduction and lateral rotator of thigh, and it helps flexion of the leg. It helps in the flexion of the leg, flexor of leg where at knee joint. These actions are involved in assuming the position in which a tailor work. Okay, in tailor work these muscles and these actions are very much involved. Okay, this is about sartorius. Now we will move on to the quadriceps femoris. Yes, so the quadriceps femoris is consisting of 4 groups of muscles. One is rectus femoris, another one is vastus medialis. Here you can find vastus lateralis, vastus so all together present in the same. So rectus femoris, here you can find vastus lateralis, vastus medialis. Okay, and vastus intermedius is also having the same location of the rectus femoris. Below this rectus femoris, this vastus intermedius is present, but the origin of this rectus femoris and vastus intermedius are varied. Okay, yes. Now we will see the rectus femoris. Normally the rectus femoris muscle, so here this is the muscle, individual muscles we can find here. This is the rectus femoris, which is fusiform in shape. It is having superficial fibers and deep fibers. Superficial fibers are bipinnate type of fibers and deep fibers are straight. Okay, so if you see the origin of this, the straight head originate from the upper half of the anterior inferior iliac spine, upper half of the anterior inferior iliac spine, and the reflected head arises from the groove above the margin of the acetabulum. So we have seen these origins when we are dealing with the hip bone, isn't it? So just think it of. So it is getting originating straight head. 2 origins are having for rectus femoris. Straight head is from the anterior inferior iliac spine and reflected head from the groove above the acetabulum, margin of the acetabulum, and the capsule of the hip joint. Okay, it is going to inserted at the base of the patella, anterior to the vastus intermedius. Okay, if you see this action, before this action, this muscle is supplied by the femoral nerve. The branch which supplies the hip joint, the same branch is going to supply to this rectus femoris, simply a branch from femoral nerve. If you see the action, extensor of knee joint, okay, it helps in extensor of the knee joint. This is also called as kicking muscle. It is also called as kicking muscle, and this one is flexor of hip joint. Okay, now we will see the vastus lateralis. The lateralis origin. So out of all these 4, this forms large part of the quadriceps femoris, and it is originating from the upper part of the intertrochanteric line and anterior and inferior borders of greater trochanter. See, so it is originating from the greater trochanter. and lateral lip of gluteal tuberosity, and upper half of the lateral lip of linea aspera. So you have to mention out of all these origins, the main origin is from the greater trochanter, anterior and inferior borders of greater trochanter and upper part of the intertrochanteric line. These two things you have to mention. Okay, and it is getting inserted to the lateral part of the base of the patella. Okay, and that is exactly at the upper 1/3 of the lateral border of patella, and also expansion to the capsule of knee joint, tibia and iliotibial tract. So these are the insertions, and this one is also supplied by the femoral nerve. So the branch which supplies the knee joint is going to supply the vastus lateralis. It is also help in extension of the knee joint, helps in standing, walking and running. Okay, whereas rectus femoris, it is called as kicking muscle, helps in extension of knee joint and flexor of hip joint. So out of these four muscles, the rectus femoris is the two joint muscle. This is the only muscle crossing two joints. Okay, now coming to the vastus medialis. This vastus medialis, the origin is from the lower intertrochanteric line, lower part of the intertrochanteric line, as well as the spiral line, medial lip of the linea aspera, and upper 1/4 of the medial supracondylar line. So these are the origins for vastus medialis. Okay, and if you see the insertion, it is going to inserted on the medial 1/3 of the base and upper 2/3 of the medial border of the patella, upper 2/3 of the medial border of the patella. If you see the vastus intermedius, which is originating from the upper 3/4 of the anterior and lateral surfaces of the shaft of the femur. It is originating from upper 3/4 of the anterior and lateral surfaces of the shaft of the femur. Okay, and it is getting inserted in the base of the patella. Okay, so if you see the action, if you see the nerve supply for vastus medialis by femoral nerve only, which supplies to the knee joint, a branch which supplies to the knee joint, that one only supplies the vastus medialis, and also vastus intermedius is also having the same nerve supply. Okay, vastus medialis also helps in extension of the knee joint, and this one helps to prevent lateral displacement of the patella, and this vastus medialis helps in the medial rotation of the femur during locking stage of extension of the knee joint. The action of vastus medialis is very, very important for stability of patella. This vastus intermedius extends the knee joint. So these are all the origin, insertion, nerve supply and action of quadriceps femoris. Now we will move on to the another muscle which is related to the front of the thigh, that is articularis genu. So this is the articularis genu muscle. So it is originating from the anterior surface of the femur. This is the anterior surface of the femur. And this one is a very small muscle here, and which is getting inserted into the suprapatellar bursa or the synovial membrane of the knee joint. This is the synovial membrane of the knee joint and suprapatellar bursa. this articularis genu is inserted. Okay, and this one is also supplied by, this muscle is also supplied by the femoral nerve. If you see the action, it pulls the synovial membrane upwards. It pulls the synovial membrane upwards during extension of the knee, thus preventing damage to it. So normally the synovial membrane in a knee joint is having some foldings inside. If that foldings are present during the movements, then damage to the synovial membrane may occur. So here this is the articularis genu muscle which pulls the synovial membrane upwards during extension of the knee, thus preventing damage to it. So these are the muscles which are related to the anterior aspect of the thigh. In the next session we are going to discuss about the adductor canal. Thank you.